Hi guys, welcome to my site. I hope life's treating you well. I'm going to assume that if you're on this, having a look at this video, that you're perhaps in the marketplace looking for a job, maybe looking to change jobs. And I'm going to assume that you're not just looking for any job, you're not just looking for a job to pay the bills, you're not just looking to work in a restaurant to try and make ends meet, or McDonald's or something like that. And if you are, if that's your dream job, that's great too, and I'm not denigrating it, but I'm going to assume that you're maybe looking to go for a job that perhaps is pretty competitive, and that you're maybe a little bit concerned that your CV doesn't stack up, your qualifications maybe don't stack up against all the other dozens of people that might be going for the same job. So the key, guys, if you're going for, let's imagine it's real estate or sales or marketing or travel or fashion, you can pick your own, you can visualise what your dream job is. I'm going to just pick one, just say it's real estate and you haven't had a lot of experience, but you really want to get into the industry. So what you need to do, guys, is you need to, first of all, you've got to stand out. You can put the best CV in the world together, and if they get 50 CVs, you know what, it's almost certain that other people are going to have better looking CVs than you. And if you're just relying on your CV, it means you're relying on your experience and your qualifications to get you the job, because you're competing with other people's CVs, and that's what they're competing on, experience and qualifications. And that's not always what gets you the job. I've interviewed a lot of people over the years, and most of the people that have got the job have either been referred to me, so if you can figure out how to get referred, that's awesome. Or people who have taken some initiative, had a little bit of passion, a little bit of energy. Maybe they've somehow managed to find my mobile telephone number, they've given me a call, just say, hey look, I hope you don't mind me ringing you, but I've seen that you're advertising for a position. I think I'm very qualified and I'd really like the opportunity to have a coffee with you and just run through it. Is it possible to catch up next week? Look, some people might give you the brush off on that, but a lot of people in positions of hiring, they don't want to go through and interview 50 people or 100 people. They want to interview people who've got initiative, who've got energy, who've got passion, and who stand out. And one of the best ways to stand out from the crowd basically is to contact direct. But I'm going to go a little bit left of centre here now, and this is getting into the realm of being a little bit more creative. And trust me, if you're going for your dream job, you need to be a little bit different, unless your dream job is the most boring job in the world. Okay, so talking about energy, initiative, passion and enthusiasm, initiative is the big one. So let's pick real estate, and you can put this, you can frame this around whatever your industry is. Okay, what I would be doing is I'd say, okay, here's a couple of ideas. Set up a blog about the real estate industry in your area. Find out who else is in the area, how they're marketing themselves. Start putting together some articles. Jump onto Twitter and various other different forums and retweet articles about the real estate industry. Start getting some facts and figures. If you want to be really creative, get a camcorder and go out and do a couple of interviews with real estate people. I'll tell you what, if you were to ring up a real estate agent and say, look, I want to do a quick interview with you, I hear you're one of the leading real estate agents in the state or in the county, and I just want to pick your brains, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to, I'm going to upload this to YouTube. I'm interviewing about a half a dozen people in different industries in this state or this county, and your name came up. Do you mind if I have 5 minutes to interview you? You know what, it'll be like you know, petting a cat or rubbing a cat. They would start to purr. Most salespeople are egotistical at the best, but even if they're not, the idea that they're going to get free advertising will really appeal to them. Take the initiative, go out and do it. Find out who the PR person is in the organisation that you're applying for the job. Ring them up and say, look, I'm passionate about about this industry, and I'd like to do an interview, a 5-minute interview, and I'm going to upload it onto my blog. You know, that makes you really stand out from the crowd, and you don't have to be flash, you just need a camcorder and about 5 minutes of someone's time. Then when you go for your job, you can ring them up and say, look, I don't know if you know me, but I interviewed a couple of your staff last week or last month or whatever, and if you want to jump onto my blog, you'll find out a little bit more about me. You know, what you want to do is you want to build your credibility. You want to absolutely look like you are the best. You might not have any qualifications, you might not even be qualified in that industry, but if you've got the initiative basically to, as I said, stand out from the crowd, sell yourself, and also show a passion for the job that you're going for. You'd be amazed. Miracles will happen, and don't be embarrassed. The worst thing that's going to happen is that you're going to think you're overselling yourself and you're not going to get an interview. Well, let me tell you this, you probably won't going to get that interview anyway, but you will be remembered, I guarantee it. 50 people apply for a job, and one of them's got a blog, and one of them's got some YouTube videos about your company, and they've done some interviews with you, and they seem like an authority on the job. Well, if you were the person hiring, who would you be interviewing? You'd be interviewing them. So anyway, I'm waffling on a little bit, guys. I'll leave it at that. So the key to getting your job is you've got to want the job you're going for. If you're just looking for any old job, don't worry about any of this sort of stuff. Just throw in a CV and hope for the best. Be prepared to have some flair. Talk in the language of the people that of the industry you're going for. If they're a funky entertainment sort of industry, well, present your information accordingly. Present your CV accordingly. If they're a very staid sort of conservative sort of industry, well, you don't have to be too conservative. You can present your CV conservatively, but I'd still recommend do your blogs, do your articles, do some videos, request some interviews, and see what happens. And I think you'll be amazed. Okay, if you want to check out my blog, you can click through below, and if you want to connect with us on some of the social networking sites, that'd be brilliant. Okay, take care and good luck with your job hunting.